friends, welcome to Money for Young, financeforyoung.com. Alright, today we're going to talk about something very interesting, okay? First of all, we will revise some things that we learned in the previous lecture. Do you remember what we learned in the previous lecture? Think about rich. Yes, we talked about rich. And what is rich? How to become rich? What is the process? What is the right way to get rich? Also, we learned, how do you find out a person is rich or not? And if you don't know how to find out that, then you can yourself never be rich. So we learned about, how a person is rich. How do you find out truly that a person is rich? And then how do you become rich? So we learned all those fun things. So let's try and do a little summary of what we learned. Okay, how about that? Does that sound nice? Everybody? Yes, let's do that. Okay. All right. So let's look at what this is all about. So the first thing we learned about was, if somebody is rich, they have a nice house, right? They have sometimes not just one house, but many houses. They can also have a big building. All right, they can have one big building with lots of rooms in it. Remember, we saw the picture with a big building with lots of rooms. Do you remember that? How many of you remember that? All right, so people who are rich can have one nice house, they can have one nice building or many nice buildings, but they have a lot of houses, what we also call real estate. They have a lot of land, farmers. Do you remember, have you seen farmers? When you drive from your house and you go to another city, most likely you see a lot of farms in between, and people are farming, growing stuff there. Remember, so if you own that land where you grow a lot of stuff, you're rich. Or you own a lot of building and then you sell those buildings, or you have people make offices in those buildings or stay in those buildings, then also you are very rich, right? All right, so let's look at the second thing. Well, we saw when you have a lot of money, then you're rich too. Remember, we saw that monkey with a lot of money? Wasn't that funny? That was so funny. And so that monkey had so much money. So if you have a lot of money, you are also rich. The money can be in, you could keep the money in your house, or you could keep the money in a very safe place. We'll talk about more of that later. Those safe places are called banks. How many of you know what banks are? Raise your hands. Yeah, banks are places which you've seen your mom and dad go to bank to put money or to take money out from the bank, right? So that's where you put your money. So somebody who has a lot of money is also rich. All right, another way we can look at this is somebody who has a lot of other things like gold, diamonds. You have seen our moms and dads have golds and diamonds, right? And then you can have other things like, silver. Does anybody know what silver is? Raise your hands. Yeah, silver is that shiny, white, shiny kind of metal. If you don't remember what silver is, you can ask your parents, hey, mom and dad, please show me what silver looks like. But your coins are silver also. If you've seen, look, any coin, they look like silver, although they're not really silver, but you can ask your parents to show you silver as well, okay? And silver is also expensive. And like this, you can have many things, what we call precious metals. So see, this is precious metals. So precious metals are precious. Does anybody know what precious means? Yeah, precious means expensive. So these metals are very expensive metals, okay? So we know gold, we know silver, then we know other stones like diamonds. Then there are other stones also, many other stones that can be expensive, like emerald and ruby, and there's so many other stones. You can ask your parents to show you some examples. Say, hey, mom and dad, show me some stones, show me some diamonds if you have, or show me any other stones that you have, or show me on the internet, show me pictures of stones that are expensive. I can actually show you real quick some very quick examples. Okay, so here's an example of what I did. Was I went to google.com. all right, so for you who actually now know how to go to do a Google, and you can say in the Google you can type precious metals. Okay, if you don't know how to do this, that's fine. You can ask your mom and dad, hey, can you show me how to do Google search? Okay, I want to search for precious metals on Google. And when you go to Google, then you can click on this thing called images. Okay, And so you can ask your mom and dad if you don't understand how to do this. And this is also your assignment, okay, that you ask your mom and dad to show you how to do a Google search and then look for precious metals. All right, so now let's look at some precious metals. Okay, so you here see this one. This is gold. We've all seen gold. This is also gold. All right, here this one is also gold. This one is also gold. These are gold coins. You can see a lot of these gold coins. This is also gold coin. What is this? This person is showing this. This is a gold bar. Okay, this is a gold bar. So let's scroll down. You see some gold made trophies, right? When somebody wins a prize, they get trophies. Some of these are gold trophies. These are gold bars. These are also called bullion. Okay, these are gold bullions or gold bars. Just remember bars. So all these are different types of gold bars and biscuits and coins. And what is this? Whoa, this is diamonds. Can you see this? Isn't this beautiful? Let's see if we can make this a little bigger. Oops, let's see what happened here. We lost that image. That's fine. Let's look at some other oh, there it is, this one right here. So look at these diamonds. Oh, they're so beautiful, shiny ones. So you know, these are precious metals. This one is another precious metal. As you can see, this one says platinum. Platinum is also very expensive metal. All right, some people wear platinum jewelry. So these are raw metals. Okay, so raw means they're not being made into nice shiny things. Okay, they're just being taken out from the earth, and they're still you know, dirty and yucks, but once they're cleaned up and nicely polished, they look beautiful. Look at these are precious metals. Some people are wearing them on the ring. This is a ring. Okay, so these are also precious metals. These are all precious metals, and you know, when somebody has lots of these, like a lot of gold, a lot of silver, a lot of diamonds, again, they're rich. Okay, coming back here, so we saw when somebody has gold and precious metals, then they're rich as well. But what else? Is there another way that we can show somebody is rich? Look at this very carefully. Look at what I'm doing here. Yes, I'm highlighting owner of a business. Now, who knows what this is all about? I'm very sure you guys already know what that means. Owner of a business means when somebody is the owner of a particular business. Well, that's kind of clear, isn't it? Well, what does it mean? Well, it means, for example, that if you, when you grow up, you open up a business. Everybody knows what a business is? Let me give you examples of business, right? Who knows what Target is? Oh, everybody knows what Target is. Who knows what Costco is? Well, most of us know what Costco is. Safeway, Lucky, Targets, you know, your local shopping, your grocery store, right? Who knows what Ben & Jerry is? Well, everybody knows Ben & Jerry. Who knows Cold Stone ice cream? Starbucks, McDonald's, Burger King, right? These are all businesses. So when you own one or more than one businesses, you become rich. If you own one business, you are rich. Well, if you own two businesses, you are richer. If you own three businesses, you are even more richer. If you own 10 businesses, whoa, now you are getting richer and richer. What if you own 100 businesses? You are super rich, my dear friend. What if you own 1,000 businesses? Whoa, now you are getting even richer. So that is what owning a business means, that you actually own the business. So what happens? Well, you get people to work for you. So the people who work in the businesses. So let's take example, you have McDonald's, right? So you have McDonald's and people will work in your McDonald's, and you know, you basically pay them money, and you say, okay, go do the business, make the burger, get me the money, you know. So people come, pay them, you know, pay you the money, and you keep the money in your pocket. Kitchen, you know, keep the money in your pocket. That's what an owner of a business does. Now, if you imagine, if you get $1 of business from McDonald's, and say you have 1,000 McDonald's chains, okay, isn't that awesome? You have 1,000 McDonald's chains. Whoa, that's mind-blowing. Okay, so now what happens? Now you go to the first McDonald's, and say, okay, give me the money. How much money did we make? There you go. Now you go to the second McDonald's and you say, okay, give me the money. How much money did we make? He says, yes, sir. Here you go. And now you go to the third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. You keep going to all these McDonald's, then you go to the 1,000 McDonald's. And then what happens? You become rich. That's right. That's exactly what happens. You make money from all these different businesses. You make so much money from 1, 2, 3, 4,000 businesses together. You become super, 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 super rich. That's right. So that is what is another example of how one gets rich. All right. Now, we spoke a little bit about this, but this is a very important concept that I wanted to at least talk about. You know, you can earn a lot of money, but what if you also spend a lot of money, right? That's not nice. You cannot get rich if you do that. So you need to earn money. That is, you earn money through different businesses, but then you also need to save. We saw that in the last video. You earn money, you save money, and then you invest money, right? Remember the 3 steps? Can anybody repeat the 3 steps after me? What are the 3 steps? You earn money, you save money, and then you invest money, right? That's how you become more rich. So when you earn money and you save the money, save not all of it, but most of it, you save as much as you can, and then you also don't spend that much, right? So you earn a lot of money, you save a lot of money, and you spend a little bit money that you need. You know you need to spend money for doing what? Can anybody tell me what you need to spend money for? Yeah, we spend money for what? Our clothes, our school, our books, computers, eating food, you know, paying the bills for like telephone and internet, for TV. You know, all those things cost money, and you need to spend money to live, right? But if you start spending too much money, then you start becoming poor. And so if you spend less money on only important things that you need to spend money on, you start to become richer. If you earn money, you save money and spend money only on important things. And if you're not sure if something is important or not, what should you do? You should ask your mom and your dad, right? You should ask your mom and dad, hey, mom and dad, is this the right thing to buy? You know, should I spend my money here on, you know, whatever thing you want to buy, like a toy, or, you know, buy on something? You should say, is this the right place to spend money, right? So otherwise you have to earn money, and you have to save the money, and then you invest the money, right? Okay, so who can answer this question for me? How do you get rich? You get rich by, that's right, you get rich by earning money, or getting money through a job, through a business. We'll talk about how we will do that, but through a job or through a business, helping parents, mom and dad at home, doing assignments that they tell you to do, you know, things like that. You earn money from that. Then you save money. So if you earn $10, you want to save at least $8 to $9, right? And then the remaining $1 or $2, you can buy whatever you want to buy. You can buy a candy, you want to buy an ice cream, that's fine, right? So that's how you do it. And then what do you do for the rest of the $8 to $9? You ask your mom and dad, how do I invest this money? And they will be very happy to tell you how to put that money in the bank. And when they put them in the bank will give you some money back after some time. So every year they will give you some money back. Isn't that cool? That's very cool. And then we will talk about more other ways of investing also other than the bank, okay? But for now, you can put some of that money in the bank, and you can ask your mom and dad, hey, I want to open a bank account, help me with that. So how many of you understood how do you become rich?
That was easy.
Really? Was it?
That was easy.
Okay, tell me then. Yes. The way to become rich is you earn money, you save money, and you invest the money, and you spend only on important things. Okay, great. Let's move on. So what happens when you're rich? Well, when you're rich, you can buy anything that you want. Isn't that nice? That's right. You can buy anything. You can buy anything you want. a toy, a house, a car, anything. So do you want to buy?
No.
Really?
No.
So you want to buy it? Yes, if you have money and you want to use some of the money to buy a toy, when you have a lot of money, you can spend a little bit of money on a toy or something else. Okay, so that's what you can do with a lot of money. So now let's look at this. When you own businesses like, when you own businesses like a chocolate company, a motorcycle company, a car company, a water making company, a food company like McDonald's. Remember we spoke about owning a business? That's when you become rich. Okay, now why am I saying that again? Well, I'm saying that again because it is a very important thing to remember that when you own businesses like chocolate companies, food companies, motorcycle or car companies, chewing gum companies, candy companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all these companies that actually make nice products that you use all the time. When you own businesses like these, then do you know what happens? Does anybody know what happens? Yes, think about it. That's right. When you own businesses like these, you become rich. And why do you want to own business like these versus having products that they make? So what I'm trying to say here, kids, is that when you own businesses like chocolate companies and McDonald's and all of this, you are the owner of these companies, and they actually give you money when somebody buys a chocolate from this company. Now that you're the owner of the company, they will give you money. When somebody buys a burger, they will give you money. They'll say, oh, somebody bought a burger, so you get to make money. On the other hand, if you start to eat these products, if you start to eat chocolates and burgers, what happens? Now you're not the owner of the company. Now you are eating the products that they make. You're eating the chocolates that they make. You're eating the burgers that they make. And how would you do that? You will do that by giving the money away, right? So you'll give the money away to somebody else who's the owner. So do you want to be the owner, or do you want somebody else to be the owner? Think. Okay, let me put this question again. Do you want to be the owner of a company and make the money that the company will make for you, or do you want to buy their products like chocolates and burgers and give the money away to them? Confused? Yeah, it is a little confusing if you got confused. What I'm saying is very simple. Think about it like this. If you have McDonald's, would you rather be the owner of McDonald's, or would you rather eat the burger that it makes? The answer is you rather own the company. Why? Because if somebody buys a burger, you will get that money from the person. But if you go and buy the burger, you give the money away to somebody. So you want to get the money from them, not give the money away, right? So the answer is you want to own businesses, right? When you own businesses, you get to make more money rather than spending your money on buying chocolates and burgers and toys and candies all the time. Little bit is fine just to enjoy, but remember, you want to own these businesses. That's how you become rich, okay? And finally, how do you know you're rich? Well, when you can tell your mom and dad to rest at home and not go to a job because you have enough money. That's another way of, a nice way of showing you're rich. But you don't have to. You're really young right now. But just remember that when you have a lot of money, then you don't need to work for money. You don't need your parents to work for money. You don't need anybody to work for money, because you would be a young, smart investor. And you want to be a young, smart investor and own these businesses so you can get the money from the people that want to buy your products, like your chocolates, your burgers, your cars, your Harley Davidson, your cars, all of those. Okay guys, so are we now cool with this? We understand this concept? So how do you get rich? You get rich by earning money right here, by saving most of the money, and by investing it, and by spending a little bit that is left. So if you earn $10, you save $8, you spend $2, and you take the $8 and invest it so it can become bigger and bigger, right? And then the other way to become rich is by owning businesses. When you own businesses that make nice products like chocolates and cars. That was a car. That was my car signal. I was just closing my car. See? And now let me start my car. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so when you own businesses that make these cars and these motorcycles, these chocolates, these burgers, all of these different nice things, things that we use every day, the most important thing. So when you own these businesses, then also you become rich. Okay. All right. So we have discussed this. Now let's talk about poor. Right? What is poor? So let's look at that. Well, a person is poor when when he or she has no house. Isn't that terrible? There's so many people out there that are homeless people that have no house to live in. Honestly, I'm not kidding. There are so many people out there that don't have the money for a house, that live outside. Let me show you an example. There are people that actually have to live or sleep in the open. Let's look at this person. This person is a homeless person. See, he is looking for food in a garbage, right? This is a garbage can and he's alone. We have seen so many such people. Well, then let's look at other people. Look at this person. This person is sleeping outside in the open, in the cold, all in the night, because he has no money. Isn't that terrible? Right? It is, right? So we don't want to be like this. We don't want anybody to be like this, right? Then let me show you some more examples. This person is so sad. He spent all his money. He probably has a house, but it is a useless, broken house, and maybe the roof leaks or whatever. So this person is poor as well, and we should help such people to live life, but we should more importantly teach them the things that you're learning here, right? The things you're learning about finance and how to save money and to earn money. All the things that we're learning, you should teach those things to them as well. Next thing, we see that many of the poor people are so poor that they don't even have food to eat. Look at this picture. There's all poor children. Some nice person is giving them some food to eat, but they don't have their own food. Their parents, their mom and dad don't have food to give to them. See the number of people that are standing in the line, in the queue to get food, because they don't have their own food. They need somebody else to give them the food. They see even a hungry dog with them. So first of all, we should thank our mom and dad that they give us food and they give us shelter, they give us a house to live in, and we should not at all be saying, I don't want to eat this, I don't like this food. You should eat whatever they're giving you, because that's the best that they can give you, and it's healthy for you and it's good for you. So you should thank them and eat it, and also thank God that you're getting the food, because look at these poor people, right? So these are poor people that don't even have enough food to eat. And look at this, another big problem of people who are poor is that they don't have money for doctors when they fall sick. Like this lady is sick, they don't have money for doctors. Doctors also cost money. Doctors will only see you if you have insurance or if you have money. If you don't have money, they're not going to see you. So poor people, they can't even go to doctors. Isn't that sad? So what have we learned, kids? We learned that being poor is not at all cool. Alright, and being smart about money is very cool. You want to be rich and you don't want to be poor, and you also don't want others to be poor. You want to uplift other people as well, or you want to make poor people rich as well. You want to teach them, hey, wake up, be smart about money, don't be silly, let me teach you how to make money. And what will you tell them? How to get rich? You're going to tell them few things. One is you'll tell them to earn money. So you tell them, hey, let me teach you how to earn money. So you tell them to earn money, to do a job, to do a business, to go work for somebody, mow a lawn, or deliver newspapers, or work at a candy shop or a gift shop or any shop for that matter, or do some work for somebody, be helpful to somebody and get money for that. Then once you earn money, then you want to save the money. So tell them, hey, then you need to save some money. Don't just spend everything away. Don't spend it on useless things. Keep most of your money in your piggy bank, and then, or your bank, or whatever it is, and then you invest the money, right? Don't just spend it away. And then the little money you have, then yes, you can spend that little bit away. So tell them that, and then tell them be the owner of a business. So tell them to start working for a business, and then slowly become the owner of that business, right? So that's what we're going to learn. That's what we're going to teach the poor people as well, and we're going to do it ourselves also. We'll set examples for other people. We will show to our mom and our dad that we can do that we get it, that we're smart investors. We are all very smart investors. We know how to earn money, we know how to save money, invest the money, and grow the money, and be the owner of a business, right? Can anybody repeat what we just learned? We want to earn the money, we want to save money, then we want to invest the money, and we want to grow it as much as we can, right? And then we want to own as many businesses as we can. And another thing is why these people are poor, because they spend money more than what they have earned, right? So if they earn $10, they would spend all the $10 away, but then they would also take some money from their friends or their parents or relatives, family, and they will ask for more money, and then use that also. They will buy other things and spend that money too. So they will not only spend their $10, but they will take $5 more from somebody and spend the $5 too, and that's how they become poor. And this is called wasting money. See, waste money. This is called wasting money. Let me show you an example of wasting money. There's so many people that waste so much of this money, and that's how they become poor. See, some people waste money which is on very useless things. You know what this is? Yes, this is the food crusher in your sink. If you haven't seen this, now go to your kitchen and ask your mom and dad to show you this. This is the a food crusher. So you throw all the garbage in this, and you switch on the button, and it crushes all the food. And some people waste it almost like putting the money in a crusher. Well, they don't really put the money in here, but it's as bad as that. For example, they'll go buy a shiny car which is of no good, or they'll spend all the money on useless food all the time. They'll eat out every day, every meal, or they will buy expensive clothes when they can't afford it. When they don't have enough money, they will still go and buy expensive clothes or expensive other things, or they will just spend it on expensive vacations or things like that. There's so many different ways of wasting money, but they will not be smart about money because nobody taught them finance. That's why they'll waste the money away. Some people, what we call, burn the money. Well, it doesn't really mean that really take and burn the money, but they do things which is as bad as burning the money. They will take and again waste it on very useless things that is as bad as actually burning the money. They would rather just burn the money with a fire. Some people throw it in the sink. Again, nobody actually does it like that. Nobody throws it in a sink, but it's what we call analogy. It is same as if they were going to throw it in the sink. They'd rather just throw all the money in the sink, because they would go out and do a big party. For example, they'll go to a party and invite all the people, spend a lot of money on food and junk stuff, and it's as good as throwing the money away, right? Or they will buy a shiny car or a shiny motorbike, shiny clothes, shiny jewelries that are of no use. There's so many different ways of spending a lot of expensive things, expensive money. Vacations, getting people out all the time, eating out all the time, going for expensive places. There are so many ways of spending money, wasting money, I would say, not spending money, but wasting money. And these all things make one poor. It's as good or bad as throwing them in a garbage or burning the money and all of that. Okay, so now hopefully you are smarter. Now you understand that it's not a good idea to waste money. It's not a good idea to spend money on useless things. You have to save money, you have to earn money, you have to save money and invest the money. That's how you get rich. And if you don't do that, then guess what happens? Then you start to become poor. It's very simple. There are two things you do, right? You can either get rich, right? Or you can get poor, right? So you can either get rich or you can get poor, right? And how do you get rich? When you that's right, when you earn plus you save plus you invest. And then the other thing, when you own a business. That's right, right? And then how do you get poor? Well, you get poor when you don't earn. That's one starting point of how you get poor, right? You spend too much money on expensive things, you don't earn enough or you don't earn at all, and you spend a lot of money on expensive things. And what else? Can anybody guess? Oops, let's pull this down. When you borrow money from family and friends and waste that money too, right? And we learned what wasting is, right? Wasting is spending money on shiny things, cars and clothes and eating out every day and doing things like that. That's wasting money, right? And so they not only don't earn or they earn a little bit, but they spend too much on expensive things, but then they borrow more money from other people, and then they waste that also, and they don't even realize that, hey, we are wasting money. We're getting poorer and poorer and poorer every day, right? Okay, so let's see what else do we learn from this. So we learned poor. What is poor? Well, poor is when somebody has no house or has a bad house, which is raining or leaking, or they have no house at all and they have to sleep outside, whether it is rain or sun. They have no money, they have no gold, they have no precious metals that we discussed, they have nothing at all, right? They can't even buy food, they can't even buy clothes, right? They sometimes have no money at all even for doctors when they fall sick. It's so terrible. And how do they become poor? Well, they become poor because they're not earning money, or they're spending too much money, right, on expensive things, and they're wasting money. And times they're also borrowing money from their parents or their family or their friends, and they're wasting that money away. That's how they get poorer. And why would anybody do this? Has anybody thought about this? Why would anybody want to be poor? It's so funny when everybody knows being poor is not a nice thing. Still somebody wants to be poor. Why? Well, the biggest reason is because no one ever taught them finance like you, right? Like you're learning finance. Nobody came and taught them that. Nobody told them, hey, you need to be rich. Being rich is a nice thing. You need to save money. You need to earn your money. You need to invest your money. Nobody told them that. They just said, hey, a new car is available, you can buy it for so much money. They say, okay, nice, I like this shiny yellow car, let me go buy it. Or they say, hey, this new clothes are available, let's go buy it. They say, okay, yeah, let's go buy it. They say, let's eat out every day. Who'll cook at home? Who likes to cook? Nobody likes to cook. It's a lot of work. Hey, let's just eat out every day. Fine. They do things like that. They do silly things like that. They don't think about money. They don't think about saving, and that's how they get poor every day. Then they use credit cards and so many other things we'll talk about more later on. But there's so many ways to waste money, and there is only one way to save money and be rich, right? So what have we learned? One very important thing we have learned here is there are many ways to become poor, but there is only one way to become rich. Okay, the only way to become rich is by earning money, by saving money, and by investing money and owning businesses. And how can you become poor? Whoa, there are so many different ways. I can't even count. But we talked about some of the ways. So remember that, okay? Okay, now is anybody sleeping? Let me check. Wake up! Alright, so now we're going to talk about the final thing. Let's talk about what we learned, okay? We need to summarize what is it that we have learned so far. Well, we learned being rich is cool, right? When you have a lot of money, you can buy anything you want, you can buy any food you want, you can go to any place you want. You know, having money is the best feeling ever. Okay, but of course we know that money is not the only thing, but yes, money is important to live a life, right? We need money to pay our bills, we need money for food, we need money for a house, we need money for everything. So having money is important, and guess what, when you're rich, then you can give money away too. And that is so important, to be able to give money away to poor people or to help them, you know, live a nice life. So being rich is very, very important. If you are poor, you are being of no help to anybody. If you're rich, you can be of help to everybody. So you want to be rich and then help others as well. And then you can help your mom and dad as well. They can rest. You know, you can give them money so they can enjoy life. So it's very important. And how do we get rich? Well, we get rich when we earn money and we save money and we invest the money, right? And we spend only a little bit money on important things, but we don't waste money, right? The next thing that we learned, well, let me first of all tell me again, you know, I'm asking you these things again and again because I want to make sure you have really understood. How do you get rich? By earning money, by saving money, by investing it, and by spending only on important things. And then the other thing you need to know is by owning companies like we discussed, right? If you own companies like McDonald's, candy shops, Barbie shops, you know, Barbie toy shops, you know, like Toys R Us and all those, you know, chip companies that actually make chip, chocolate companies, you know, they pay you. When somebody buys a chocolate, somebody buys a Barbie, somebody buys a candy, McDonald's, they pay you. And how do you get rich? Well, if somebody pays you, you will definitely get rich. If somebody gives you $1 for every chocolate that they buy, you know, if somebody buys 10 chocolates, you'll have $10. If somebody buys 20 chocolates, you'll have $20. What if somebody buys 1,000 chocolates, you'll have $1,000. So that's the technique of becoming rich, right? And when you buy what they're selling, so if you buy the chocolate, you will give $1. If you buy 2 chocolates, you will give $2. If you buy 10 chocolates, you will give $10. If you buy 1,000 chocolates, you will give $1,000. Do you want to give $1,000 to anybody? No, you want the $1,000 from them, right? So if you give the money away, you become poor. If you take the money from them, you get rich. So you want to own a business. That's how you will get the money. And if you eat the products, if you buy the products, then you become poorer. That's a simple way. You know, there are different things you need to learn. Well, you need to buy at times. You do need to buy clothes at times. You do need to buy groceries. So, you know, those are important things. But in general, when you own businesses, you become rich. So buy companies like McDonald's and don't buy their products. Don't buy burgers, okay? Okay, buying burgers once in a while is fine. But if you eat burgers every day, you're wasting money, right? Ask your mom and dad to, you know, either cook at home or eat something that is not very expensive, that is not a waste. And also food like, you know, junk food is also not very healthy. So, you know, even if you go to McDonald's, choose for salads, you know, what you have to, you know, eat, or, you know, other places, look for healthy products. But try and eat at home as much as you can. So another thing we learned is poor people spend more money, and this, you know, don't earn that much, they don't save that much. That's why they become poor. And then they say, why did I become poor? I didn't even know why I became poor. Well, you became poor because you spend too much money, right? You don't earn enough, you don't save enough, and you spend all of it. So aren't you being silly? Of course you're being silly. The poor people should talk to one of you, right? They should come and you should tell them, hey, let me tell you how to be rich. Don't be silly. And nobody taught them finance. So you guys have to go out and teach the poor people how to, you know, do finance, how to be rich, how to be smart about money. All right. So the final thing we learned, rich is cool, poor is bad, bad, very bad thing. Can anybody repeat? Rich is cool and poor is bad, bad, very bad thing. I can't hear you guys. Say it loud and clear. Rich is cool and poor is bad, bad, very bad thing. Alright. Thank you guys and hope you enjoyed. And your assignment for this class is to ask your mom and dad to get you a piggy bank. And if they don't have a piggy bank, let me know. I can get you a piggy bank. That's not a problem, okay? And then you have to start saving money and putting the money in a piggy bank. So next time when you come, will you guys all get your piggy banks along? And if you don't have your piggy banks, you know, that's fine. We will get you a piggy bank, okay? But you put the put the money in the piggy bank, and that's, we will play games with that. We will see who made the most money, and whoever made the most money will be the richest, and we will play that game, and we'll say, okay, you know, who's the richest person this week, who's the richest person overall, who has the maximum coins, who has the maximum coins, or who has the maximum money. Okay, so that's the game. All right, thank you guys, bye bye.